Welcome to NoColink. I'm your host, Janice Mount. Well, we've been doing a series of tourism segments for the city of Loveland, and today we're going to talk about the Breweries and Distillery. Our special guest is Russell Fruits, and he is a beer evangelist for Northern Colorado. Welcome to the program, Russell.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Janice.
Glad to have you here. Well, tell us about breweries in the Northern Colorado area.
Well, Northern Colorado has a great history when it comes to brewing. Started off originally with Odell Brewing in New Belgium. New Belgium's now the third largest brewery that's considered a craft brewery in the United States. Craft brewing in the United States is seeing a resurgence right now. We actually look at, last year there were about 2,000 craft breweries in the United States. There's over 1,000 planning to open in the next year.
Wow.
So there's a lot of new breweries on the scene, many of which are here in Northern Colorado and here in Loveland.
Sounds good. Well, tell us a little bit about the particular breweries that we'll find in the Loveland area.
Well, the newest is Loveland Ale Works. Nick and his wife have located a nice historic location down on 4th Street here in Loveland. They're actually not even open yet. They're still waiting for their federal grant to come through. But he's got a nice small tasting room in there. He plans on working on English and some Belgian beers in there as well. Hopefully, eventually, he's going to bottle and get those out to local markets.
So they'll be open soon.
We're hoping.
Okay.
Nick's been working really hard. It's going to be a beautiful location, and he makes some pretty good beers, so we're excited for it.
All right. Tell us about another one.
Rock Bottom. Technically, we're the first existing brewery here in Loveland. They're out at Centera. Rock Bottom is a chain of brew pubs, but Doc, who's their head brewer, is very talented, does some amazing beers, some good stouts. It's one of the few places in Loveland that you can actually have a full restaurant and beer at the same place, and he brews it all on premises, and very talented and a great guy. So definitely a place to hit in Loveland.
And there is Big Beaver Brewing Company in Loveland.
Yep, Big Beaver is next to us, one of the older ones. They're located out on West Eisenhower here in Loveland. Has a ever-expanding tap room. Started off with, I think he had like 6 or 8 seats when he opened, and they've expanded 2 or 3 times since then. And they really specialize on doing kind of a local co-op based beer. They don't really distribute to any restaurants or any bars. You have to visit the tap room to get their selection.
And finally, probably your favorite, Grimm Brothers Brewery.
Grimm Brothers. So we're a German-inspired brewery. We opened in July of 2010, so we're the oldest producing brewery in Loveland that is actually what we call a production brewery. So besides having a tasting room at the Anasazi Business Park, we also produce beer for restaurants, bars, and we distribute bottles to liquor stores. So our selection is available in Northern Colorado, select locations in Denver, and with our latest expansion, we're hoping to go statewide sometime the end of this year.
And do any of these 4 breweries do tours?
We pretty much all do tours.
Okay.
You know, one of the neat things about breweries in Northern Colorado is we're small. There's people that actually do beer tourism. So they plan trips to Colorado with the intent of taking these breweries on, doing the tasting, checking out the local sites, and then taking tours of the brewery. So we do tours. I know that Nick's going to do tours. And it's great because people get to see how the beer's made. They get to see behind the scenes, stuff that's up and coming. For example, we have a lot of barrel-aged beers that we're working on, so they get to see the Kentucky bourbon barrels there and the wine barrels that we're using. And usually we're in production when they're there, so they get to see our brewer at work.
Wonderful. Well, and we want to encourage our viewers to include Loveland when they're out doing their brewery tours for Northern Colorado or through the state of Colorado. And if you would like more information about the brewery tours, contact any of the breweries that we mentioned today at the websites that were listed, or the Loveland Chamber of Commerce at www.loveland.org, or call 970-667-6311. Thanks for being with us today on NoColink. Continuing our series for the city of Loveland on breweries and the distillery in town, our special guest is Chris McNay. He's the owner of Dancing Pines Distillery. Glad to have you on the program today, Chris.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, Janice. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Well, let's start with the basics. What is a distillery and how'd you get started?
Well, a distillery, as opposed to a winery or a brewery, is a company that produces spirits, clear spirits that come out of a still. All distilled spirits are clear when they come out of a still. And from those spirits, then we produce our other products.
Okay, and tell us how you got started having a distillery.
Well, we got started by virtue of my son brewing beer in his garage and becoming better and better at that. And then he and his wife and ourselves traveling around the world and the country, he got interested in distilling. So through study and through developing some recipes that became very good, we decided to sit down and start our own company right here in Loveland. And we began our company approximately 3 years ago, and we've been putting out products out the door for about 1.5 years now.
Wow, that's a short amount of time for that amount of growth.
Yes, we have been growing exponentially.
That's wonderful. Well, about how many distilleries will we find throughout the state of Colorado?
In Colorado right now, at this time, there's about 26 licenses in the works, and about 20 of those are operating in some form.
And how about the northern Colorado area?
Northern Colorado, from Boulder through Fort Collins and Greeley, there's about 9 distilleries going right now.
And yours is specifically located in Loveland.
Right here in Loveland.
And what products do you make?
Our products, we make a bourbon, we make 3 different types of rum, we make a silver rum, a golden rum, which is a slightly aged rum, and we make a lovely spiced rum. We make a New West gin, what we call a New West gin. It's very mellow, easy to drink gin. It's a little different. And we make 5 different liqueurs of different flavors.
You are
lovely.
Busy over there.
We're very busy.
And you won some awards for those products you just mentioned. Tell us about them.
Yes, we have. We've won 12 awards since we've been putting out products. We've won a couple of gold medals, a few silvers, some best of class. So we're very proud of our products. We use all natural flavorings and colors and all natural products. We source local as much as we can, but of course for rum and things like that, it's hard to find sugar cane in Colorado, but
yeah.
We do try to source locally as much as possible.
Wonderful. And I know you love to encourage tourism to the city of Loveland, and you offer tours there at your distillery. So what will people experience?
They will experience a small-scale distillery where they'll be able to get an idea of how spirits are actually made, from the fermentation process through the distillation process, through the barrel aging process, and how some of our liqueurs are made on this tour. The tours last approximately 35 minutes. They're very informative, and they're given on Saturday, the day that we're open to the public. We're open from 1 o'clock until 8 o'clock at night, and our tours are at 2, 4, and 6 o'clock. And you can book those tours online and sign up, and after the tour you get a flight of 4 different samples of our products. You can taste them there. You can also purchase products at our establishment or at any of our liquor stores, restaurants, and so forth that we throughout Colorado. And we have also expanded to the East Coast, the West Coast, Washington State, Wyoming, and Nevada. So
congratulations.
We're moving right along.
Great. Well, thanks for being with us, and we would like to let you know that if you would like to book a tour, you can contact dancingpinesdistillery.com, schedule it right there online, or call the number on the screen, 970-635-3426. Thanks for being with us on NoColink. We'll see you next time.